Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this space. My name is Romoke Ahmad, your leadership communication strategist, reputation management consultant, and an executive trainer. Today, we shall be looking at an issue on communication. Step back and today we are going to be having a discussion around issue of communication. And for our Wednesday section, we're going to be tagging it Communication Clinic. And I'm going to start by saying when the real problem isn't the problem, but communication is. When we have issues like this, there's going to be conflict. So throughout my career, I've come to appreciate that many workplace conflicts are not caused by the issue everyone is arguing about. More often than not, they are caused by how the issue is communicated and managed by the team lead, by leader, either in a work. Then what has the cause of hidden workplace conflicts? A lot of people will hold on to an issue for a very long time, not because they are better than everyone, not because they don't have understanding of the issue they are discussing, but because of how the issue is being communicated, how it's being managed by the person in charge or whoever is communicating the issue to them. As an executive trainer, I would like to share one experience I had during one of my training sections. And the story begins. I remember coordinating a professional training program where participants became dissatisfied over the training bag provided for them. At first glance, it appeared the bag was the problem, and we were trying to work around the issue to solve it to make the participants understand why we presented them with such bag. But unfortunately, the issue escalated beyond my expectation. And please step back and listen to how I solved the problem. As I was saying, the initial attempt to solve the problem, I contacted one of the supervisor of the participants to please speak to them and understand why we presented such back to them. I spoke to him for an intervention to calm the situation, but unfortunately, the opposite happened. So instead of building understanding, the conversation escalated the situation and it became problem. At first, I was scared to address the participant, but when I discovered that the issue is going beyond what I expected, I have to step in as a communicator to address my participants. So, in an attempt to address it, what did I realize and what message did I get? Which I target as the realization, which is stakeholder engagement. I discovered that the bags were never the real issue, but the real challenge was stakeholder engagement. Engagement in the sense of how they were being addressed, how they were being spoken to by their supervisor that I sought his assistance. Another thing I discovered was the participants' expectation. I mean, what the participants really wanted. And what do they want? They want to feel heard. They want to be respected. They want to be assured that their concern matter and it shall be looked into. They want to feel they want to feel the sense of belonging. They want to feel that they are being listened to, they are being carried along in what is happening. So now to the solution. What was the solution I adopted? The first thing I did was listening and rebuilding trust with participants. I returned to participants and listened carefully to them. I communicated with them openly and transparently, giving them the reasons why we presented such back to them. I addressed the concern directly with the participants. Gradually, I rebuilt their confidence and trust. And what does this teach us? It tells us that when an issue is happening, either between you and someone, between you as a leader and your subordinates, in a family, at work, and everywhere, whoever the issue is concerned with, please address them directly. Don't say a third party. Because in the process, there's what we call noise. Misinformation will happen, disinformation will happen. It's either they add to whatever happened or they reduce from the information. So when you're communicating with people during a conflict or challenges, please communicate with them directly. Don't use a third party, don't use a middleman. Thank you. And after addressing them, what happened? I got the result I wanted. This changed the atmosphere. The atmosphere changed completely to that of friendly. Conflict is escalated. Relationships and trust improved. If you want to improve your relationship, please address issues in conflict. Communicate the issue to them. Let whoever is involved have a first-hand information from you directly. When you do this, relationship will be built and stronger, then the trust will be improved. So, what key lessons and reflection do I get from this experience I just shared? Number one, communication is not merely about passing an information. It is about managing expectations, emotions, relationship, and trust, which is the hallmark of communication. So the problem isn't the problem, like I said in the beginning, but communication is. Most time, issue that arises from conflict is not the issue, is not the problem, but how we communicated it to the people involved in the matter. So from my discussion so far, from the experience I've shared, what communication lesson has your own professional experience taught you? Kindly share it in the comment section. And before we go, always remember that trust is earned when leaders communicate with clarity, consistency, credibility, and purpose. Thank you very much for listening to me, for being part of this space. And to have more tips on communication and public relation, please kindly follow my page on Facebook at Romoke W. Ahmad ANIPR, the same name on Thread, the same name on LinkedIn. Then my YouTube channel is on The Clarity Room Media to watch more engaging and educational videos on communication and public relation. Thank you for listening. See you some other time, and bye from this side.